All right. To those of you who are new here, hello and welcome. And to those of you who are coming back to the channel, it's good to see you again. Real quick, before we get started, I've decided that rather than awkwardly reiterate who I am at the start of each video, I'm going to streamline things a bit and use this as my new channel and video header. All of that old info that used to be here about who I am and what I do and the purpose of the videos in this playlist series will now be packed in the video description down below, along with the referral code that you see here on screen. If you're someone who doesn't have StarCitizen yet and you're thinking about getting into it, if you use my referral code on screen here when you create your account, you'll get some extra goodies, and depending on the time of year when you sign up, you may even get a free bonus ship with LTI in addition to the normal referral bonuses. Check StarCitizen's website for any info on sign-up bonus events that may or may not be running at the time that you go to create your account, as well as what ships may or may not be on offer for those sign-up bonuses. So, now that that's out of the way, let's get into today's video. Today I want to talk about a pretty simple topic, and that is ship insurance, and how I would do ship insurance if I was CIG. Now this is actually pretty simple, so I'm not really sure why it's taken them so long to actually implement this in the game. The way I would do it is there would be 3 tiers of insurance, basically. No insurance, self-explanatory. You know, if your ship gets damaged or gets blown up and you gotta go replace it, there's nothing you can do except go buy another one, because there's no way to make a claim on it. If it's gone, it's gone for good. So that would be the uninsured option, which is how your ship would probably come after you've bought a new one. Or maybe there would be like a 3-day insurance or something when you buy a new ship, just to give you a chance to get it from A to B and get some extra insurance on there. The second level of insurance I would have is basic insurance. And basic insurance, what it does is it's pretty much the cheapest of the options here, other than going free, obviously. And it only replaces the ship and its base components. So if you have a customized ship, it gets blown up and you got to make a claim. If you have basic insurance and you go and make that claim and put it in, when you get a new ship back, all of your advanced components are going to be off and missing. They're going to be left on the other wreck. So pulling them off the other wreck would probably be a good idea, or upgrading to the next tier if you made a claim and wanted to keep that stuff. The final tier I would have was full replacement insurance. And full replacement insurance is exactly what it sounds like. It was the most expensive tier. So for basic insurance, I might have it like maybe it's, I don't know, half the price of the ship for a 1-year contract. So, and then the insurance coverages are dependent on the ship. And you may even be able to shimmy it a little bit, like, is it a combat ship or is it a civilian ship? If it's a civilian ship, maybe it has lower rates. If it's a combat ship, maybe it has higher rates because they're expecting you to go get shot at a little bit more frequently. But I would keep it within that general range. I wouldn't really go too crazy, and you might not even need to do that for the initial implementation. But I would have 3-month, 6-month, and 1-year insurance as the purchasing options, with 1 year being about half the price of the ship for basic insurance. And then for the more advanced insurance for full replacement, I would have that probably costing, we'll go with twice as much as the ship does. So you buy the ship and then you get a 1-year contract for twice as much as the ship. And now this is just like an idea to spitball. You can mess with the prices later on, but this is how I would personally do it, at least as an initial implementation. And full replacement insurance would allow you to, whenever you make a claim, get back everything that you have customized and put on that ship, kind of like how the insurance does right now. So any changes you've made, any special modules you've collected, anything like that, full replacement insurance is exactly that, full replacement insurance. And the other thing that I would make sure is anybody who has bought ships for real money, it doesn't matter if they have a 3-month, 6-month, 10-year, or lifetime insurance plan, if you have bought a ship for real money, the insurance that you get on that is always, always, always going to be full replacement insurance for the duration of your contract, which is why paying real money for a ship gives you a little bit better of a reward, or at least that's how I think it should work. That being said, it's also not that big of a deal, because the people who didn't buy that would still have the ability to get that insurance level package in game for extra credits. So yeah, you skip a little bit of grind by swiping your credit card, but at the same time, the people who didn't do that are not left behind and still get the option to purchase just as good of an insurance package as the people who paid real money for some in-game credits. And I would have it to where you can just, I would just have like a little insurance company or insurance kiosk and stuff nearby shipyards and the international terminals and stuff like that, the hangars on larger cities and bases, because that's pretty much where a lot of the claims and stuff would be handled, at the shipyard or the spaceport terminal. So the people who spent money get rewarded. The people who didn't spend money don't get left behind. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good system. I do not think that people who bought LTI or any other crazy stuff should be left behind and punished. I do not think that it should be basic insurance for everybody. That is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. In the real world, there is a thing called full replacement insurance. Now you pay a premium for it, and that's kind of why I said maybe you should pay twice the cost of the ship that you're insuring. So for a fighter, I mean, it'll hurt your pocketbook, but it might not be that big of a deal because you get an entire year for twice the price of that you bought the fighter for, and then it gives you every component back if you lose that ship that you put on there. All of your aftermarket stuff, your reputation grind stuff, all of it. But in the case of like a capital ship or something like that, yeah, that'll probably hurt the pocketbook. So maybe in that instance you would want to save some money and then try and go back and secure your rec site, travel back to the old thing, and pull some components that you can save off of your old ship just to save a bit of money. Or maybe it's even cheaper to just go buy new components than it is to buy a full replacement insurance package. But those are the tiers of insurance and how I would handle it. And that also encourages other gameplay too, for recovery and salvage. And that is assuming that the person who killed you doesn't just take that stuff for himself anyway. So you got to be quick. And another thing is, I would also allow you to kind of do what they do right now with like the CCU upgrade kind of thing, where if you already have an insurance package on file and you want to upgrade to the next higher tier, you just pay the difference based off of like what you've paid. So if I've already paid half of my ship's cost for a 1 year of basic, I would only have to pay 1.5 times more my ship's cost for the 2 year package, rather than just buying the full 2 year package for an additional twice the cost of the ship. So that would help save money and just be a nice little quality of life type thing. Anyway, like I said, short video. That's all I wanted to go in today. Thanks for watching.